Okay, so it's obviously been a long time since the last video. I would say 4 or 5 months. Back in January, February. So that was like only 2, 3 months worth of practice from then. But this is also 2, 3 months worth of practice as well. Because of COVID-19, couldn't get to the club, obviously. Still, it's a lot more progress because in those days I was going a lot more than I was in the start of the year just because of other stuff. But yeah, making it down there's a lot nicer, and obviously there's a couple more people that I could share sort of this with, because no one at my club shoots the same sort of stuff. It's very hard to teach yourself. I got 30 pounds here. Finally made it 30 pounds for my thumb, not really my back, because my recurve's 30 pounds anyway. That doesn't make a difference. But for my thumb, it definitely did make a difference. I definitely can't shoot 30 pounds all day, and this bow isn't really good for it, and the arrows aren't spined as well. So I'm not sticking to this 30-pound bow. So I've ordered the same sort of bow for my 20 pounds, but 30 pounds.
Yeah, okay.
In hopes that it would be a bit less stressful on my thumb as well. Because obviously, yeah. I've also noticed from the lower part of my thumb, since this is my right thumb, I think the thumb ring's been slipping off under my drawer, so I've tried to level out my thumb for the future after that one. Plus, also, this is in between non-anchoring and anchoring, so the other one was non-anchoring, this one's anchoring. And there's obviously a huge difference with accuracy because all you really have to think about is your hand position on the bow in comparison to your anchor position. Because the other one was anchoring, but it was anchoring off my face. This is anchoring to my face. But obviously, the issue here is me like pushing against my anchor with my face instead of bringing me to my anchor. So I obviously fixed that after this video because I watched it and I was like, oh jeez. But that fixed it, and I can shoot perfectly fine with an anchor, but without an anchor I'm still 50-50. So most of the time when I go down to the club, I'm using my anchor point, which is my lip, a little bit, an inch off my lip, I'd say. And that's my thumb ring touching an inch off my lip. And the same thumb ring is the summation thumb ring from Custom Thumb Rings. And I'm using a bit more rock tape because last time I didn't have anything to give way and make up the excess. Now that I'm using rock tape, especially with the 20-pound bow, it's perfectly fine. I can shoot 300 arrows a day, perfectly fine. But a lot of the arrows are obviously, we've seen better days now. So yeah, with the rock tape, it's improved a lot. Obviously, my thumb's no longer in pain at all. Shooting 30 pounds, if I shot like 200 arrows, I reckon, or even 100 probably be my mark, and then I'll probably start feeling pain. I've got it wrapped around my thumb ring as well as my thumb. Obviously, that position below my thumb, where it was making the most contact. That eases it up, but also it helps level out the thumb ring, widens, pushes it, and then obviously there's more contact, more full contact anyway with my thumb. It's a lot easier to do a full draw with, yeah. But it is obviously it's a little bit hard to tell when I'm at full draw as well, additionally, which isn't a horrible thing. But I can feel it with my bow arm now as well. Probably because I've moved back to 20 pounds since shooting a recurve was 30 pounds and all that, and also changing the position of my bow arm. It's always been rotated, but obviously when you're shooting a recurve, you're shooting a lot more straight. This is a little bit further out, and the grip for your thumb in position, so the way you hold the bow. I think it was also the reason why I got this sort of my version of Cuttra that was working, which I wasn't. It just completely happened naturally. which is, I guess good. I don't know. It's, yeah, in each of these shots, just about every shot I do, it happens. I don't think about it at all, which is additional, I guess, for when I was shooting. I also noticed when I had my bow hand and I had made an L with my pointer finger and thumb, it obviously extended it to a bigger flick, so I was doing more side and a little bit more forward katra in the motion, and then it would obviously push the arrow a lot further. I think it was left. Can't remember if it was left. I think it was left anyway. But I'm obviously not doing that, and that also checks with the arrow as well, because you could obviously feel when you're at your draw length if you're touching the arrow with your middle finger. I don't have any videos of it, but these ones are without. This is without anchoring to making any anchor contact in the face. Also, the arm guard wasn't really needed, but I just had it on anyway. Right, the rest of these. So I've mostly been practicing at 30 meters, 30, 35, 25, 20, anywhere around there. And I've been walking up and down the line and crossways. It helps me theory craft quite a lot in between your shots, because you have to change, obviously, the position. And I'll try, obviously, facing the target in my stance. So right foot and left foot not facing the target, but facing parallel to the line, and then facing my body to the target. It helps so much. Those days that I do that, I shoot a lot better than the days I just stand still on the shooting line. But obviously I can't do that on regular shoot days when everyone's at the club, because you can't obviously walk around when everyone else is just staying stationary on the shooting line. But yeah, I'd say 30 to 35 meters is roughly the maximum of this I can get. I've tried 40 before, but it's impossible, because my whole bow and bow arm just takes up the whole target. I can't even know what I'm shooting at with 20 pounds, so I'm hoping with a 30-pound bow it'll be a lot better, because with my the Manchu 30-pound bow, that was making 40 meters pretty easy, 45 meters I was shooting. And that's not even with arrows that spine correctly for it as well. These arrows are way too light for that bow. Yeah, I was making those distances. So I can imagine with the correct arrows it would be a lot easier. And maybe even with correct thumb rings, because I do have some Manchu thumb rings, but I can't be using them. It's a completely different feel. I have been shooting bare thumb a couple of times, left and right-handed, because I'm practicing on my other hand as well, which my normal summation thumb rings fit as well, just kind of nice. But just every now and then, it's good to check and see if I can build up some calluses on those hands. So this is obviously the ones where I'm walking back to the line. So I think I was walking from 25 to 30 meters, and then possibly to 35 meters. And obviously I'm also holding the arrows in my raw hand, and that it doesn't mess up your shot too much, because when I was holding it in the bow hand, it seemed to mess up my shot a little bit. It's my hand grip position would change a little bit, but that way it's not too bad, and plus it's kind of, you get into a flow of shooting 3 arrows pretty easy, 3-4 arrows. And this is, me shooting backwards. Completely different, and you've got to really get the back tension right. It's kind of nice to do. And you're changing like the position of your arm, obviously a little bit higher. I'm noticing a couple of things wrong with those, but yeah, that's it.
Whoa! Yankee with no brim! Hold on, let me go around. Let me go around. That's hot.